Kelsey Anderson reveals devastating loss 7 years after losing mom. Bachelor alum Kelsey Anderson went to social media to reveal a devastating loss. The loss happened just 7 years after she said goodbye to her mom. Now, she's glad her mother is reunited with someone special. What happened? Keep reading for all the details. Kelsey Anderson shares terrible loss. Kelsey Anderson went to Instagram to share a devastating loss. She and her family said goodbye to an extremely important part of their family. Kelsey revealed that her grandmother had passed away. She referred to her grandma as Gangsta Granny. She said, "Rest in peace, Gangsta Granny 11.1 7 years, and a day after my sweet mom passed. It brings me comfort knowing you're together again. Thank you for raising my mom the best you could, for the memories with Papa Jack, and for my curls. I'll wear them with pride, thinking of you and your free spirit. Love you always." Along with her touching post, Kelsey shared multiple photos of her grandma. She also shared details about the angel number 7, which states that the number 7 is considered a symbol of completeness or perfection across many cultures. It went on to say the most prominent example is the 7 days of creation. Kelsey has never been afraid to share that she feels her mom around her at times. For example, when she sees a butterfly, she believes it is her mom showing her presence. It makes her feel better. Her dad has also shared similar sentiments about getting signs from his wife, who sadly passed away from cancer. No doubt, Kelsey will feel both of them surrounding her with love now. She received tons of support from Bachelor Nation. Bachelor Nation swooped in to offer condolences to Kelsey Anderson and her family. Some of those who commented are Jess Gyrod, Daisy Kent, and Charity Lawson. Her father's new girlfriend, Barbara Allen Woods, who stars in One Tree Hill, also posted some love for Kelsey, consisting of 3 hearts, one being broken. There were tons of fans who also commented and shared their love and condolences for Kelsey. What do you think about Kelsey sharing the news of her grandmother's passing? What do you think about her revealing how special the number 7 is to her? Sending condolences to Kelsey and her family. Stay tuned for more updates on all your Bachelor Nation favorites. Jamie is a nurse and a mom of boys whose true passion is writing. She loves reality, cooking, and paranormal too. Jamie has been writing online for several years. Kelsey Anderson reveals devastating loss 7 years after losing mom. The air in Kelsey Anderson's Los Angeles apartment felt heavier than usual. The soft hum of the city outside her window provided little comfort as she sat on her couch, scrolling absent-mindedly through old photos on her phone. The memories were endless: her mother's bright smile, her warm embrace, the way she always knew the right thing to say. It had been 7 years since her mother's passing, and while time had softened the immediate sting, the pain of her absence never truly faded. But today was different. Today, Kelsey was grieving another loss, one that reopened old wounds and left her gasping for air in a way she hadn't felt in years. A heartbreaking announcement. Kelsey took to social media early that morning, her fingers trembling as she typed out the words, "I never imagined I'd be writing this today. 7 years after losing my mom, I'm experiencing another devastating loss. Life has a cruel way of testing us when we least expect it. My heart is shattered. Please hug your loved ones a little tighter today." The response was immediate. Thousands of comments poured in, offering words of encouragement and prayers. Fans who had followed Kelsey's journey since her time on The Bachelor expressed their sorrow, many recalling the emotional moment she had first opened up about losing her mother on national television. Speculation about the nature of her loss quickly spread, but Kelsey remained quiet for the rest of the day, struggling to find the strength to share more. A bond that could never be replaced. Her mother 7 years ago, it had been the most defining heartbreak of her life. Her mother had been her biggest supporter, her best friend, and the person who had always lifted her up during the darkest moments. They had spent countless nights watching romantic comedies, drinking tea, and talking about the future. Her mother had always dreamed of seeing Kelsey find true love and happiness, something Kelsey had desperately searched for in the years following her death. Going on The Bachelor had been a way for her to step outside of her comfort zone, to push herself toward the love her mother had wanted for her. But through it all, there had been a constant emptiness, a longing to hear her mother's advice, to share those special moments with the one person who had truly understood her. Now, losing someone else so dear to her heart, she felt that familiar hollowness creeping back in, revealing the loss. A few days later, Kelsey finally mustered the courage to share more details. In an emotional Instagram live, she appeared on screen with puffy eyes, her voice shaking as she spoke. "I know a lot of you have been wondering what happened," she began, taking a deep breath. "I've needed some time to process before I could talk about it. 7 years ago, I lost my mom, and now I've lost my grandmother, her mother. It feels like I'm losing my mom all over again." Tears streamed down her face as she explained the deep connection she had with her grandmother. "She was the last piece of my mom I had left. She told me stories about her, reminded me of the little things I had forgotten. She was my safe space. And now she's gone too." Finding strength in grief. Despite the overwhelming sorrow, Kelsey found strength in the memories they had shared. She spoke about the Sunday morning calls, the way her grandmother would always say, "Your mom would be so proud of you," and the way she made her feel loved in a way no one else could. The outpouring of support from her fans, friends, and even former Bachelor contestants was immense. Many shared their own stories of loss, creating a community of healing and understanding. Kelsey found solace in knowing she wasn't alone in her pain. Honoring their memory. Determined to turn her grief into something meaningful, Kelsey announced that she would be launching a foundation in honor of her mother and grandmother, dedicated to supporting those who had lost loved ones. "I want to help others the way my mom and grandmother helped me," she said. "Grief is a journey, and no one should have to go through it alone." As she wiped away her tears, a small smile crept onto her face. Though the pain would never fully fade, she knew that by keeping their memory alive, their love would never truly be lost. A future full of love and hope. In the weeks following the loss, Kelsey began to find moments of peace. She spent time with close friends, leaned on her support system, and allowed herself to feel the full weight of her emotions. She knew that grief wasn't something she could outrun. It was something she had to carry with her, something that would shape her but not define her. As she looked out over the Los Angeles skyline one evening, she whispered softly to the night sky, "I love you. I miss you. I'll make you proud." And in that moment, she felt them with her, always.